Cleveland, Ohio, 18 degrees out, wind chill -2. So initially when we were on this project, we started having a meeting at 11 o'clock every day. And up until this last week, we're about 123 days into the project. Up until last week, we started doing only Mondays and Thursdays. So today's Thursday, get into the meeting, get there just right on time. This is like probably the worst snow day we've got this year in 2025, 2026. Let me check that out. So far this year. So we're in 4-wheel drive right now, getting to the job. So in the meeting, we'll go over everything, what we did since we started and what we're planning on doing. And then we all talk as, all the miscellaneous trades that are involved, especially us and the electricians. Talk about what needs to be done. We're kind of closing down on all the emergency response, job-specific type stuff that needs to get done right away. So we'll have that 11 o'clock meeting, then we'll do a walkthrough with the guys, go over where they're at and where we're at. And then go over what materials we need to order for the next coming weeks, and just kind of go over what next week's going to look like moving forward. But terrible day today, snow wise. You can see here's the I don't know if you can see out there, but that is Steelyard Commons. So we're really close to the Steelyard. So this is like the most industrial area of Cleveland that we're working in right now. Obviously we're working in an industrial recycling plant factory, but it's right next to all the major steel mills, and the biggest cold rolled steel I believe in the country is here. And I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it off into the distance over there, but that's one of the biggest steel mills in the country. So we're working right there, close to the vicinity. So like the utilities here, like the water, the gas, like you have major utilities like high pressure gas, high pressure water systems, so that way these utilities and high pressure electrical systems and utilities, that way these factories can run and draw tons of energy, tons of gas, tons of power, tons of water for the cooling towers and chillers and everything like that. So we're like directly in line with all these major utilities. So it's important that we're careful and we're doing everything, in line with what the utility companies need. So when we call the utility companies, especially around here, like we get responses right away because they know this is like a serious area and this is like nothing to play around with as far as like safety and everything like that. So it's kind of cool because you get responses right away versus working in like a residential setting where, they might not get back to you for like a day or two. But here, when you call like the gas company or the water company, you get like the top guys, the number, like the supervisors, the guys that have the most experience. Those are the guys that come on site and they assess what's going on. They give you so we made some really good contacts as far as that, and we've learned a lot as well working down here. Kind of the benefit of working in these areas. So now, like these major or these like supervisors that, have the most experience. Now we have, we're on a name basis. They know who we are. We know who they are. So it's pretty cool as far as like getting in touch with these utilities, especially for other customers as well. Like, hey, I can kind of like jump the whole system and call, the supervisor and be like, hey, I got a problem over here. Do you know anybody you can send over here? And they'll kind of skip the systems and processes that are in place that can delay responses from these utilities. But pulling up right now, I'm going to go to the 11 o'clock and we'll go from there. All right. Just want to talk to Ian and AB about what we got going on, what kind of work we're trying to get, what we're trying to do, obviously systems and process and all that. But Ian is going through a whole marketing campaign, and AB's kind of looking for opportunities for jobs to bid on, especially like, for example, the city of Cleveland has a lot of bid opportunities. So AB's looking through that. Maybe what are you necessarily focusing on?
So what we're looking for is large scale, high profit jobs with the city of Cleveland, where we can, take on jobs that are within our expertise, and maybe gain that trust with the city and build off of it.
Yeah, we want to get in with the city.
We
It's a
do.
huge opportunity with the city of Cleveland, especially at the airport. So AB is a large scale project with the airport.
Yep.
You want to talk about some details about that project?
Yeah, sure.
And honestly, congratulations
Thank
as
you.
well, because it's a big deal, and it's a big job, and it takes a lot of work and hard work and energy just
yeah.
to get the opportunity to bid on that project, and then to actually be win it and be awarded it is a huge accomplishment. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, so that took weeks and weeks and weeks of research, dedication, communication with not only contractors but with the actual airport themselves in order to get them what they want at the price point they want it for. The reason we were selected is, from what they told me, was we were able to provide all aspects of the job rather than just being able to bid piece by piece, which is what all the other contractors were doing. So we were able to come in and give them a price for everything they wanted rather than just bidding on a portion of it and having them deal with multiple different contractors.
yeah, so now you're the GC, you're handling everything.
We're handling
yeah,
everything, yeah.
just
So-
one price, one contractor, one point of contact.
Exactly. So, and once we get in the door that way, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
now they have a point of contact. Like, hey, we want you to bid on this. Hey, we want you to bid on that. So hopefully that project will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
And we're here to help with anything that you need with that. And,
Appreciate that. Yeah.
You know,
we're here as a
obviously,
team. Yeah.
yeah. And as a collective, you know, we're looking at strategies on what kind of jobs we want to get, and what kind of jobs we can collaborate on. AB's got a ton of resources, and he's got a ton of connections and stuff like that. He's already established and already done large projects, and to have a partner that we can lean on for what what we don't necessarily have is big for us, and then on the point where we can help him where he's
Where I
doesn't
lack.
have those resources.
Yeah.
So it's a good partnership, and then AB and Ian obviously working together a lot, going over everything, all these potential opportunities, and which ones we should spend time and effort towards, and which ones we shouldn't.
Which
right?
makes sense. Which don't. Yep.
Yeah. What other projects are we looking at, Ian?
Doing like sewer lining, like excavation work, and then just like simple like reoccurring service. So like you're in someone's house doing water heaters, and then like getting them on maintenance plans to service their water heaters, just kind of like becoming their plumber.
Nice. Yeah. That's always good stuff. You just went to a homeowner's house today, and why don't you talk a little bit about what happened today at a residential setting as a homeowner who had a sewer blockage?
So like the original plumber, he came there. Homeowner didn't really know what was wrong. He popped the sewer. Didn't have any camera footage for the guy. He wouldn't like show him anything really. So then like I just like pulled out the camera, just cameraed it. I don't really know how he can tell it's collapsed because like sewer's entirely underwater.
So the sewer's completely underwater. Let me show the camera that. So as you can see, he's using the Milwaukee app right here, and you can see that the sewer's completely underwater. So you can't really see what's going on.
You can kind of tell just based on the fact like if you move the camera around enough, you can eventually see.
Yeah.
And like like the way the camera moves when you're at that point. And it is where they marked, but the guy's also got like coverage on a sewer line, so we're gonna be able to get the sewer done through his insurance company.
So customer has an issue with the sewer, calls another contractor. The contractor doesn't give him clear and decisive information about what he's quoting and what he's pricing out to fix. Ian goes on site. He determines exactly what's wrong, gets as much information as possible, gives that to the customer, and then also mentions to the customer, potentially get this covered through your insurance company, find out that the homeowner did have system line protection on their insurance policy. So actually he's found a claim with his insurance and potentially get the sewer repair or replacement through his insurance provider, all because Ian came out to his job to look at the sewer. And Ian is a representative of Pro Service Plumbing.
Yeah.
So, it's just, this is Ian, Pro Service. This is, why we're called Pro Service Plumbing. Pro Service. Pro service or no service, So this customer is potentially going to save $20,000 to $30,000 because he called us out, and we provide all options when it comes to what's wrong and how to fix it. Including the opportunity to potentially get that work done through your insurance. So just a little day in the life of, just like the little breaks that we have where we get on the computers and, from being out in the field to doing this, there's just so much going on because we're all team. It's not just me looking for the work to get it. We all are looking for additional work. We all realize, these jobs are great and good to have and they could be profitable, but the harder that jobs are to get, the more profitable they are. So, and that's what we're doing right now. So I just wanted to give a minute to talk to AB and Ian about what they're doing. Gas line coming through, so we got a 4-inch. Here, I got my laser pointer. Check this out. We got our new 4-inch Mega Press 4x2. Is that a 4x2 T?
Yeah.
4x2 T. 4x2 Mega Press T coming over. And then this is our 4-inch low pressure. It's our 4-inch low pressure, which is going to lead to the new building, which will be over here. So all this is going to be brand new over here. So obviously this used to be the old building and continued throughout. So all this was under a huge, this is what we called the high bay. So this is a huge building all the way to the edge there. That's going to be the new building. I'll show you actually. So this footprint all the way across, watch your step, is going to come all the way across. And we don't know if we're going to keep the existing concrete or not. I think we are, just because of the massive amount of work it would take to remove a lot of this concrete, considering like some of the thickness. But the new building will come out to here. I think there's going to be a slight change in the footprint of the new building versus the old, but this is pretty much where the building was. So before, a couple weeks ago, this was under a roof. This was all under a roof, but that building was jeopardized by the fire, so they had to demolish it. And as you see right here, we got, oh shit, this thing's frozen. That was the old water line. So that was our water main before. This right here was the existing water main. It's kind of crazy. But we intercepted it where that red box is. So we actually, that water main came through, we intercepted and put a hydrant up to feed that. I guess it doesn't matter if we have that bucket on it anymore, but we'll just put it in it just for the heck of it. But yeah, this is all going to be new here soon. And that's why we're running these new mechanicals, the new gas, low pressure 4-inch gas, 3-inch domestic cold water feed all the way throughout. So, but right now we're focusing on getting domestic water and gas and heaters to the existing building that they're keeping. So all this is going to stay and be saved. But you can see all the damage from the fire. You got bent metal and everything like that, oxidation, from the existing fire. So we got the Vantage too. This is 180,000 BTU heater. It's 50 foot long. What's up, dude? 50 foot long. Who's calling me? This thing right here is a Vantage tube. This is a Roberts Gordon heater. It's a 50 foot tube. Goes all the way across. It's 180,000 BTUs that's going to come off of this. So this is a radiant heater. What it does is it radiates heat, so that heat will actually heat objects. It's the best way to heat areas. So these are really good shop heaters or open space heaters that we use on a lot of our projects. But what this is the burner right here. All right. So you got to hook up gas, which we're hooking up right now. That burner has that fresh air intake off on the side right here. So we're gonna have to run fresh air to it. And then the burner blows hot air and fumes obviously through here. And these tubes, these steel tubes get really hot. And these aluminum shields radiate that heat down to the ground and direct that heat down to the ground. And then what we have here is we have an exhaust right here that comes off. And that exhaust will go to the atmosphere. And that'll be all the fumes and exhaust from the flames. So we got Elliot. He's hooking up the our light tower right now. New battery. MX fuel. I need a flashlight. Can't kick that thing on. Let's show how much light that thing does. So,
It's got 3 settings: low, medium, high.
yeah, huh? Look at all that light.
Even the heater stuff with the valve.
Wait, what?
We were going to throw this tee off for this heater and put a piece with a valve for
Future?
later. So
Yeah, that's
we'll
fine.
probably same thing that way. Or no?
I mean, that's a little too much.
One.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know?
All right.
And you got to put a sleeve through there.
It is sleeved.
I got a sleeve.
Yeah, we gotta clean up these. I tried sealing it before we were done and it didn't dry.
Okay. We're gonna try and sleeve it with steel. Did we sleeve it with steel?
PVC.
Well, let's do steel from now on. Yeah. So you got one going this way. What's that other side going to?
It's either the heater or that was gonna be a future, and then just the heater here with a 90.
Okay. Yeah, just heater at 90, and that would just be future.
I doubt there'll be anything else.
No, but yeah, no, it's there.
Something's there.
You just printed that into there or something?
Yeah, it's here very often.
90, right? Okay. Good to go? What do you think about these heaters?
We be in here freezing without them.
Right?
Yeah. This one just warms up the whole room. A little one's nice if you just came back from outside. You're trying to warm up the hands. It's perfect.
What would it be like without these heaters?
I don't think we could work the way we're working.
Right?
Yeah.
It's big time. These things are nice.
Oh
What
yeah.
about wheeling them around? Are they a pain to start or anything like that?
No, not at all.
No?
No, you just flip the switch right on. It takes like 30 seconds to kick up. You're good.
What about the other trades that are on site? What do they do? They like these things?
Oh yeah, they take them everywhere. We're like,
They take them.
they ask us to use them, we let them use them. You know, we only need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love them too.
Stop fire heater. So this is we've had these on site for a while, and these things have been running. How
12 hours a day.
Yeah, 12 hours a day, no problems, no issues. Yeah, super happy with these.
They can
Sunfire
run it
heaters.
for like 24 hours without having to fuel them up again. They're nice.
4-hour fuel time, right?
Yeah, they both take diesel.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you're happy with these?
I'm very happy with these.
Would you like more on the job?
Yes, please.
Yeah, all right. No problem. We got the new Milwaukee Gang Box Rapid Charger right here. So you could do 4 M18 batteries and then 2 M12 on each side. You got USB connections on off. So this lights everything up. It's pretty cool. The only problem is when you do the 2 batteries, the M18 batteries, you block the M12 outlets. So that's just the only bad part about this, but this thing is sweet. How it hooks up and everything like that. I just did a video on this, but it's nice to see the guys using it and utilizing it all the time. Let me show these batteries. Give you some of these batteries. Check this out. You got Elliot is going to give me some batteries. These batteries, huh? We got an XO, Forge XO, and then a M18 12 right here. Well, the Milwaukee Rapid Charger, Gang Box Rapid Charger.
Thanks, sweet.
Huh? This is our 2-inch domestic feed line for our fire drop. So that's a fire drop all the way over there. It feeds a hose reel. So what we have to do is we have to do fire brigade training over here because there's no existing fire suppression system until the building gets rebuilt. So what we have to do is install these fire hoses and fire drops. So we install these systematically throughout the entire building where we feel like this hose can reach certain areas of the building in case there's a fire. There's already been three or four fires.
Like 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4 fires on this job just because all the construction, debris, demo process, everything like that. The last one we put out with fire extinguishers and a machine. We dragged all the material away from the wall. That was right over here. And I thought that the building was going to go up in flames. But actually, Jack put that one out. He put that one out. And after that, I'm like, all right, we need to have these fire drops all throughout. So we got a fire drop, standard operating procedure checklist. So standard operating procedure checklist that you go through when you do this. But yeah, I mean, as we're going through this building, I mean, you know, there's throughout the day, there's hundreds of people working here, you know, so we got to be safe. We got to make sure that everybody's aware of that and aware how to, you know, a fire could be in the corner and they could reel out the thing. They're like, I didn't know I needed to turn the valve on, or I didn't know, you know, if you turn the water on right now, it'd energize everything and make it very hard to pull out. So that would be a no-no. So you want to wheel out the hose first. Wheel out the hose first, and it's double-sided. Stop it. Huh? Why didn't you stop it? Jeez, oh man, I didn't want the whole thing to go out. Wheel it out, and then obviously, and then turn the water on. So we'll do it both nice and neat. I didn't know the thing was going to keep running like that. That was kind of interesting. There you go. You got it. All right. So it's double looped, so it's not as long, and you can wheel out a lot faster, right?
Yeah.
Go. 2, okay. All right, same procedure as before. And then we got hose drop number 3. So between where hose drop number 1 is and 2, they can meet in the middle and get that entire area. And this one can obviously wheel around. So the amount of reach with these hose drops is strategic and allow us to at least combat a fire because there's no existing fire suppression system. And it just gives us another level of safety and a level of, you know, response. You might want to come over here so we can show you what we're doing here. So after you tape and dope a fitting, you tape a fitting, the thread's on, you tighten it back on. Usually you'll see here, after you tighten the fitting on right to here, you end up with all this residual tape that you can see. So usually we clean it off, or you only tape a certain amount. But he's got this one taped right here. Let me get a little light over here so you can see this a little better. But a little trick that he just taught me. You just over tape and then boom. And that's cleaned and taped all the way through there. All right, Steve, I'll see you later. Later, Jack.
Later. Later.